Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a pig statue. It's going to be very easy. If you want to make it, here's what you're going to need. You will need black wool, white wool, pink wool, magenta, and finally, purple wool. That's right, you will only be needing those 5 colours, so once you have those and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'm going to be making it right here. You're going to want to start this off with this little sequence of blocks in a row on the floor. Do 1 black wool, 1 pink, 1 black wool, 1 pink. As simple as that. Once you have those 4 blocks right there, you then want to stack 5 solid rows of pink wool directly on top of these 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on top of the other 3 blocks as well, to give you something which should look like this. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've done that, here's what you want to do. We pretty much want to do the exact same thing that we've done right here, except 3 blocks over this way. So you want to do this. You just want to leave a gap of 2, and then pretty much copy exactly what you've already done. So just do 1 black, 1 pink, 1 black, 1 pink, and then stack your 5 layers of pink wool directly on top of your row to give you something which should look like this. As you might be able to identify, those are just the fronts of the pig's front legs. Very simple. Once you've done that, it's now time for us to make these a little more 3D. So come round to the back of your legs, and this is what you want to do. This is somewhat difficult to explain. So you want to, from the bottom row, and it doesn't matter which leg you start from the bottom row of the legs, you just want to do 2 rows of pink wool coming out of the back of the legs, like this. You then, going from left to right, want to do the sequence of blocks. You just want to do 1 pink, 1 black, 1 pink, 1 black, like so. What you then want to do is you just want to stack 5 rows of pink wool directly on top of this first row. This may seem very familiar to you, so it just wants to match the height of the front of the leg, like this. And then all you want to do is just fill the sides of the leg in with pink wool, like this. Obviously you don't want any holes in the pig's leg, like so. And then if you're so inclined, you can also fill the top of the leg in to give you what is your pig's finished leg. Very easy. And once you've done that to the first leg, you want to do the exact same thing to the second leg. So just do the 2 rows of pink wool coming out of the back of the leg, then do the pink, black, pink, black, then do the 5 rows of pink directly on top of that first row of the back of the leg, fill in the sides of the leg with pink wool, and then again, if you're so inclined, you can also fill in the top of the legs to give you the pig's 2 front legs. Very easy. Completely finished. Pause this if necessary if you're still working on any of that, of course. Once you finish doing that, it's now time for us to move on to the pig's body. So come to the front of the legs, and I'm going to just mark these with a bed, just so I don't get confused. The back of the legs and the front of the legs look remarkably similar. So this is the front of the legs. What you then want to do, starting from the left leg, on top of the most left-hand side of the top left leg right here, take out a pink wool and just run a row of pink, starting from the left-hand side of the left leg, ending with the right-hand side of the right leg. It's kind of difficult to explain, but you guys can see exactly what I've done there. So you just want to kind of bridge the gap, like that. What you then want to do is do another row of pink directly in front of the row of pink that you've just placed, to give you something that should look like this. Once you've done that, you then want to come over to the left-hand side of your pig, like this, so you're now taking a sideways view to your pig statue, and starting from this block right here, going left of this block, you want to do a row of 14 pink wool coming towards the back of our pig statue, so like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exactly like that. That should that very long row that we have here should in total be 16, including these 2 rows right here. So you've just done a row of 14 like that. What you then want to do is go over to the other side of your statue and do the exact same thing. So starting from this block right here that sits on top of the front right leg, just do a row of 14 going towards the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You then just want to connect the 14th blocks of both rows together at the back, like this, to give you a giant rectangular shape. Very simple. So once you've reached this point right here, it's now time for us to do our pig's back legs, and the back legs are the exact same as the front legs, they're just positioned a little differently. So come to the very back of your pig statue, and starting from underneath this block right here, going right, you want to do a row of 4 pink walls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. You then want to connect that row of 4 pink wool directly to the ground with as many rows of pink as it takes. I'm not exactly sure how many rows it is, but it doesn't really matter. So you just want to have something which should look like this. What you then want to do, starting from in front of the bottom row of pink, going from left to right, you just want to do this. Do 1 pink, 1 black, 1 pink, 1 black, like so. Then, on top of that row that you've just done there, you just want to stack 5 solid rows of pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, there we go. It should seem very familiar to you. And the 5th row should just sit 1 block underneath the actual body of the pig and give you something which should look exactly like this. As you can see, exact same as the front leg. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've done this to the back, we've got to go ahead and do something similar to the front of the legs. So the only difference here is we've just got to add another row in between this and the actual detail of the legs. So once you're on the front, starting from the bottom row of pink, just add another row of pink, like this. So just do a row of 4 pink coming towards you. And then it's time for us to do the exact same thing on the back. So starting from the left, you just want to do 1 black, 1 pink, 1 black, 1 pink, and then add 5 rows of pink directly on top of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sits just directly underneath the outline, and then do the exact same thing to the other 3 blocks like this, except the only difference here is, of course, we've just got to fill in the little side bit as we added the extra row. But there you have it, very easy. Pause that if necessary, of course. Once you have that first back leg, we want to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side of our pig. We don't want him to be 3-legged, do we? We want him to have 4 legs. So starting from the right hand side now, 1, 2, 3, 4. I almost said 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's right. And then connect those 4 blocks to the ground, like this. Then starting from left to right in front of that bottom row of pink, 1 pink, 1 black, 1 pink, 1 black. Then stack the 5 solid rows of pink wool on top of that row, and then come to the front, add in an extra row of pink, and then do the exact same thing, black, pink, and then stack again your 5 rows of pink, which should just come 1 row underneath the body. Then remember to fill in the sides like this. And once you've done that, you should have both back legs of your pig. Extremely simple. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you have both of those back legs and something which should look a little bit like this, let me give you a top view, it's kind of interesting. Once you have something that should look exactly like this, it's now time for us to do the last bit of detail that exists on the body. We've got to do our pig's tail. So you're still on the very back of your pig. This is what you want to do. Starting from the left hand side, you want to count in and find the 4th block of the body. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be this block right here. Starting from on top of this 4th block, you want to take out your magenta and do 3 magenta walls. So going to the right, 1, 2, 3, like this. Then from that 3rd magenta, do an upright diagonal. then place 2 on top, 1, 2. Then do an up left diagonal. Then go left by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal. Then a bottom right diagonal. And once you've done that, you should have your pig's little swizzly tail. Pause that if necessary, of course. Once you've done that, it's now time for us to fill out our pig's body a little bit. So it doesn't really matter which corner you start this from, since we have to do it to all of them, but this is what you want to do. Starting from whichever corner is your favourite, you want to raise up from the corner block a row of 7 with your pink going directly up. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you want to do the exact same thing for every single corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every corner block of the body, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just wants to be raised up by 7 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what you want to do is connect all 4 of those corner blocks together to form what is going to be a giant empty rectangle. Well, almost empty, it does have the little swizzly tail in there, but other than that, pretty much empty. So you just want to have something which should look like this. What you then want to do, and I'm going to cut out to do this, is you then want to fill every single face of this rectangle in with pink wool, and that includes the little bottom section here. You want to fill in the bottom, you don't want any holes in the pig, unless of course you do want to turn this pig into a house, in which case I would probably put either an entrance at the back or the front, but that's just logical. Anyway, I'm going to cut out, I'm going to fill in every single side of our pig, and I'll be back once we have what is essentially going to be a giant pink rectangle on legs. I kind of stumbled on that, it almost sounds ridiculous. Giant pink rectangle on legs. Back in a moment. So I have just finished filling in our pig's body, and quite honestly it could be described as a giant pink rectangle on legs. It's 50% ridiculous, 50% disturbing. I don't know what else to say. Once you've reached this point right here, once you have exactly what I have on my screen, on your screen, Inception, it's now time for us to do our pig's head. So come to the very front of your pig, and come down to the bottom left hand corner of the body here. Like this. What you then want to do is find the second block in, very easy, and then come up by 2. So 1, 2. You want to have this block highlighted. What you then want to do is just place a single pink wool, and then go to the right of that pink wool by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To give you a row, that should look like this. What you then want to do is 5 solid rows of pink directly in front of that row of pink that you've just done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just fill in the rows. This is going to be the bottom of our pig's head, so you just want to have something which should look exactly like this. What you then want to do, on top of this 5th row right here, is go up on top of it by 3 rows with your pink wool. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Like so. Then, the next row has the eyes on it, so starting from the left hand side of the next row, you just want to do this little sequence of blocks. Do 1 black, 1 white, then go to the other side here, and starting from the right hand side, just do 1 black, 1 white, and then fill the middle section in with pink to give you something which should look like this. I know that the face doesn't look right now, but we've got to add the snout on there, and we'll be doing that a little later on. That's when the pig will actually start looking like a pig. Once you've done the eye row, you then just want to add 3 more rows of pink wool directly on top of this row right here. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and 3. Like so. Oops, where am I going? So you want to have something which should look like this. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've done that, it's now time for us to do the rest of the head. So come up to the top of the back of the head, right here. And starting from this row, you want to do 7 solid rows of pink wool coming back towards the body. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just fill the rows in. So 1, 2, 3, I don't really have to count this, 4, 5, 6, as he counts it anyway, 7. And if you've done that right, the 7th row should just be in line with the 2nd row of the body, like this. What you then want to do, once you've done those 7 rows, is just connect that 7th row to the body of the pig, like this. So just add that extra row in there to connect them together. Then come to the side of your pig's head. I'm going to be starting on the left hand side of the pig's head and do this. So lining up with the side of the eyes, you want to take out your magenta wool and you want to do this. You know what, I'm actually just going to do this and then I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Otherwise I think that I'm going to horribly confuse myself and others. So you just want to do a shape that should look like that. Obviously you've just used magenta for the lighter colour and purple for the darker colour. A lot of people don't put the magenta part in, like when they do their pig statues, but I decided to. And that is just the pig's ear. A lot of people just go with the purple, but they don't use purple. I've had a look at other people's pig statues. They seem to either use brown or black, but that colour doesn't really make sense to me for ears. So there you go. That's what you want to have for the side of your pig's head. Pause this if necessary, of course. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side of our pig's head. Of course, we don't want him to have just the one ear. We want him to have as much hearing as possible. He's got to listen out for those creepers. And there you go. You just want to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side of the head. Very simple indeed. Again, that's just the pig's ear. Include it, don't include it, change the colour, completely up to you. Whatever you want to do. And then once you've done both of the ears, you just want to fill the rest of the head in with pink wool. And you should just have the little side bits to do. Everything else should be filled in. So let me just fill the side of the head in. And there you have it. That is the pig's head nigh on complete. All we have to do now to finish this off is do the pig's snout. So coming to the front of the head, this is what you want to do. The top row of the snout just wants to sit 1 row below the eyes. So you just want to start with a row of 4 pink wool directly in between the eyes, but of course 1 block lower. You then just want to do this. I don't really feel as though I have to explain this either, to be honest with you. I think it's quite self-explanatory. And there you have it. There's a pig's snout. That is the head 100% complete at this point. And again, just like with the other parts of the pig, you could make them whatever colour you want. I probably should have mentioned that. Like, you don't have to use like black for the feet if you don't want to. You could use brown or magenta or red or green or what have you. Or same thing goes for the ears or the eyes, or make your pig blue. What I'm really saying is use whatever colours you deem you want to use. Simple as that. And in finishing off the head, we have actually 100% completed our pig. At this point right here, this tutorial is 100% completely over. There is nothing left for me to show you. The pig is 100% complete. Look at it. The tail's my favourite part. I considered raising it out, like kind of like the nose, but I don't know how I'd feel about that. I thought the same thing about the ears as well, but honestly, I think the ears would look a little creepy, so I kind of left those. But there you have it. That is the pig 100% complete. Very simple, one of the easier mobs to do. I'm going to keep these rolling. I figure I may as well just make every single mob that exists in Minecraft. So there you have it. I hope this was easy enough to follow. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.